Hey, see you in church. Hi, I'm Manuel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a little message, put the hand up. I do it right away because I have the tendency to forget and I won't come back. And let me know something you think I should talk about. Well, I have some tea to talk about. Interesting. And this is a pig award conversation. That's right, honey. You deserve the pig award because you're a pig. You're an asshole and a cunt. And this is all from me, not the poor person that was tormented by this black cunt. She was a bitch. Rude as hell. There was this beautiful black woman with her two kids. And she's there grocery shopping with her kids. And we were at a store. And I wanted some cup of fruits. I don't know what you call them. And I saw they had some up there. It wasn't any down here. So I'm reaching up there, and this lady goes and she whacks me on my ass. Now, when I was younger, I had a beautiful ass. But now, I don't have much of an ass. And that lady, to go out of her way and whack me in the ass with her cart, she had to go out of her way. She had to go around that other lady, go like this, and then nip me. And she went on her way on her phone. Talk, 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 talk. Well, the lady with her children go over and says, "Are you okay, honey?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And she turns and looks at her kid and she says she must be a Tootsie. I hadn't heard those names in years. And you could hear her African descendants in her voice. I was like, she must be from Africa. She goes, "Don't act like that, woman." She rude. She didn't even say I'm sorry or excuse me to him. I thought, well, she's really nice. She asked if I was okay. And I'm walking up towards where she's at, and I'm hearing her just jibber jabbing, talking on that phone. Not 1 second did she miss talking on her phone. And I see this young man with this wooden thing, and he's working off it, putting out stuff, and he's helping customers. He answering questions the whole time, and I was watching him do that while he puts out product and cleaned up after himself. And I noticed that as I was going aisle to aisle, getting the few things I needed, which I should have gotten a basket, pendejo. I got one of those little things you hold in your hand instead. They're all cleaning up after themselves, folding their boxes away as they help customers and put stuff up. And you saw him, he glimpsed at her and saw her talking out loud to her phone. And he kept helping people and he kept putting out his product. And I think the only reason I noticed what he was doing was because this lady asked for something really weird and I had never heard of it. She says, "Do you have any ghee?" And I'm like, "Ghee?" And he had it in his arms. He turned to her and he smiled and he says, "I have it right here in my arms." And he gave her some. And he went and put it up on the shelves and he started folding that box up. And they laughed and she went away and he's folding the box and all of a sudden this lady, without a blink of an eye, starts saying, "Can you help me?" And he asks us, "How can I help you?" And then she says again, "Can you help me?" And he says, "How can I help you?" And he's folding his boxes and putting them, fighting with getting it into his box so he keeps his area clean. And she says, "Can you help me?" And he looks up at her and he says, again, finally, it looked like he had had enough of her, but he did not break his stride. He says, "How can I help you?" And she goes, "When someone asks for help, it's rude. You should look at them." While she's holding that phone at her face the whole time. I would have thought she was talking on her damn phone. I would not have even talked to her. But there she is, big mouth black woman, rude as hell, and she was proving she was rude as hell. And instead of him telling her, "Excuse me, but how am I supposed to know that you're talking to me when you're talking on your phone at the same time?" Nope, he didn't say that. He walked her over to where what she asked was, and he walked away and went back to work, helping people at the same time. And I walked right past her and I said to her, "How was he supposed to know that you needed help if you're too stupid not to get off your phone so they will know that you're talking to them?" I said to her, "What a rude cunt," and I walked away. And as I'm walking past her, I hear this lady turn to her kids and she says she must be a Tootsie. Rude as ever. All they think about is themselves. And it took me back to a movie I saw a long time ago, a real horrible movie. I think it's called Gowanda. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is so horrible. But she turned it into a lesson for her kids not to act that way. But at the same time, what a horrible place to have to go when someone acts that horrible. And I went past her and I went and I asked for help, and he stopped and he took me over to where I went. I had seen something on one of the shows with Shane Dawson's boyfriend, and they were talking of some drink. And I asked him, "Do you have this?" Because I wanted to try it. And he stopped what he was doing and he took me right over to where it was. And then he went back to where he was working. But I saw him do that all the time while he was working. But he kept his area clean so nobody would hurt themselves with the stuff, as I could see him working. They all did that. But rude people like her, oh my goodness, for this lady to go there with her child to make a point, I was like shocked, but at the same time understood that she was pointing out the rudeness of that lady. She expects people to read your mind when you're doing everything you can to make sure that people can't tell that whether you need help or you're just being a cunt. Because she was on her phone. You can't tell she was asking for help. She could have been talking on her phone to that person and asking for help. So who was the rude person? Her. And who gets the pig award? She does, because she's a giant pig, an asshole. I felt sorry for those people, and while I was there, I made sure I did not act that way. But I always do that. Do you? Let me know by subscribing to my channel, leave a little message, put the hand up. I'll do it right away because I have the tendency to forget. And I won't come back. And let me know what you think. And let me know of a topic you think I should talk about or see or whatever. But remember, AA, see you in church.